Hi everyone, I'm Sandrine, this is Americ.
Hello.
And welcome to a breakdown of the preview for next week's Game of Thrones episode, The Broken Man.
Let's talk about it.
So of course we have Jaime going to Riverrun to meet with Blackfish, sort of, or try to get Riverrun back, which now we know where all those scenes with Jaime and the Lannister camp come from, that I wasn't sure where they came from, so there it is.
So it's interesting that Jaime's not just going into like the fight straight up. He's definitely trying to have some negotiation happening at some level. I don't think it's going to work out well for either.
Well, it sounds like Blackfish is not ready to let go of Riverrun, like, ever.
Yeah.
He'll, like, go down with the ship. Seriously.
Yeah. Even the fact that Walder Frey's son is actually going to be at Riverrun, and they brought a present in the form of Ed Muir, and...
yeah, it looks like the negotiations are not going well, because he's got the knife pretty in there.
And I think...
I swear I'll kill him! I swear I'll kill him!
And I think, Ed Muir is a goner. Like, for real. He's a legit goner. Let's put aside the fact that the actor is actually in another show. Yeah. And, he might not have time to just be hanging around. Yeah, he's a goner.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's been gone for so long, you'd be like, you can just get rid of him. Wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
But at Riverrun, we also saw Bronn, whom we haven't seen this whole season, which then would actually lead to the scene with Podrick, where it looks like, people were saying it's Bronn's jawline that we see in the trailer that's taking Podrick. And then since Podrick, we know, is at Riverrun with Brienne to try and get House Tully to fight with Sansa and Jon, then that just, everything is just fitting into place. They're all in the same place.
Which means it's the return of...
Jaime and... Will Jaime and Brienne meet again? I mean, Yes. Although poor Tormund.
Trian. Hashtag Trian.
Or what is it? Tarthmund. They also
I like Trian. Hashtag Trian.
But I'm also worried about why is Bronn taking Podrick?
I don't think he's
They can't kill Podrick, right?
So, no.
Just why? Why would you want to kill him?
Mm-mm. I think it's gonna set up the...
Although they know each other.
Yeah, see, because of that, I think he's not gonna kill him.
Maybe he's helping him get away, or maybe he's like, I don't know. I choose to believe that Podrick will survive. Lady Olenna, not really happy with Cersei.
Yeah, because clearly everything that's been happening in the kingdom right now is 100% Cersei's fault.
It pretty much is.
She's just like, oh, we need to do something. Oh, we need to do something now? After you started this whole thing?
Yeah.
This is so bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're gonna deal with that, really, because right now High Sparrow is like literally killing it, right? He's succeeding really, really hard, and
the king on his side.
And I just don't think that Cersei or even Lady Olenna have any means of beating him so far, unless I'm missing something.
We also see Sansa and Jon at House Mormont with Davos. So we knew that Davos was going to be there, but we didn't know they were going to be there. And then we clearly see them at the same place with the House Mormont flags behind them. And that's also where we get that line from Davos. The real war is between the living and the dead, and make no mistakes, the dead are coming.
And basically this actually fits in with this whole campaigning tour that Sansa and Jon are going around, where they're at House Mormont. In then another scene in the preview, they are with the wildlings, trying to rally them to their cause and having Tormund speak on their behalf.
I love Tormund's way of rallying the wildlings. He died for us, literally died for us.
I don't want to pressure you guys, but he kind of died for us. Just saying. It's kind of one of those things where Jon can always use that in any conversation. Like, hey.
20 years later, I died for you. It's like, what do you always gotta bring this up, man?
I literally died for you. Just saying. But it's interesting that, so in addition to House Mormont, to the wildlings, we're actually seeing a new house.
House Glover. Mm-hmm. It looks like Sansa is going there, and there's a character that we see there with the house flag behind him. Now, I couldn't figure out who it was. From my research, the master of Deepwood Moat, where the House Glover is Galbart Glover. It hasn't been confirmed that that's who we're seeing, so it's...
Yeah.
Couldn't be. But it's definitely part of that whole campaign of rallying the North with them.
Yeah, whether it's visiting, writing letters. Sansa is campaigning, guys. She is on a freaking path. and she's motivated.
And she took her name back. I mean, she's definitely signing Sansa Stark. She's not Sansa Lannister. She's not Sansa Bolton. She's Sansa Stark with the Stark sigil. So,
yeah.
Sansa. We also see the Greyjoys, or the Yara and Theon and the people that follow them, have arrived at Volantis. We see the boat there with the flag and Volantis behind them. So that would probably lead next week to that scene between Yara and the Volantis whore that we've seen previously in the trailer. It looks like she's ready to get the Iron Islands back from Euron, so...
How she's gonna do that?
I don't know. Although Daenerys does need 1,000 ships. So can they kind of, come together and build more ships together, with Daenerys' men and Yara's and Theon's knowledge? Mostly Yara. And finally, we see someone's feet walking on the grass with bodies around them. Now, it doesn't really look like it's Riverrun because has a more of a greenish, yellowish tone to it. Whereas I think Riverrun has more of a bluish tone to the image. So could it be a flashback or something like that?
Or another place altogether? It did look like whoever was there did not win. Because there were like bodies strewn in the background. So it doesn't look good. So I don't know.
Well, the person walking might have won. He's alive.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to the synopsis and try to get some new information from that. So synopsis says, Jaime confronts a hero. So that's Jaime versus Blackfish. The North is reminded. Sansa campaigning. Arya makes a plan, probably trying to survive and figure out what her next steps are.
Yeah.
The jumping off is probably going to be in this episode.
It's going to be, I think this might be an Arya waif fight in the future.
Yeah.
In the plans.
Yeah. The High Sparrow eyes another target. Now, honestly, I'm not really sure about this one. Maybe you have more, you think it's Cersei, right?
I think it's Cersei because I think Cersei's trial is going to be the next step. And Cersei was a little bit too confident about the whole, it's trial by combat. I have the mountain. I'm good. No problems there. I wouldn't be so sure. I think that's she's a little bit too cocky on this. And she's made a lot of mistakes so far. So it's possible that it's along those lines, but it's also possible that it might lead to that confrontation where I choose violence and it doesn't end well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. I feel like the eyes another target for me almost makes it seem like it's someone new, but yeah, it could definitely be Cersei.
If it's not Cersei, it has to be Lady Olenna.
But what has she done?
What hasn't she done?
That's true. And finally, let's end with our checklist of scenes we haven't yet seen that were shown in the trailer. Starting with Sansa on a horse, probably going on her tour because she's wearing the same dress. So I had mentioned that last week. So this week is definitely happening since we are getting Sansa this coming episode. Davos with the Stark flags behind him, also probably on the tour as well. Podrick being taken by Bronn, definitely happening this episode since Bronn is there. Arya jumping, we've mentioned that. Walder Frey will be back at some point with his sons at his side, which we have seen Walder Frey, but we haven't seen this particular scene. So it looks like the sons are surviving, at least for a little bit. The Bolton versus the Wildlings and Jon fight. So it looks like this coming episode, Tormund is convincing them to go fight. So probably that fight is definitely later on this season. We got the Shadow. We've confirmed that it is actually Jaime killing the Mad King. But I do wonder if we're going to see more of it or if it's more of super fast Bran vision. I don't know. I feel like it's just not that much that we saw from it so far. But, that could just be it. It could just be hey, here's a tease. Here's you get a little flashback, mini flashback. Still haven't seen the Mountain killing one of the Faith Militant. So probably one shit goes down. I don't know between them.
Seems like next week kind of thing.
Do you think so? Do you think it's going to be a pretty crazy showdown next week? Because we haven't had one this week.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe even later on when they come and try and get Cersei. That could be it.
That could be it, yeah.
And finally, you said that Cersei chooses violence, which is also part of the Lancel Lannister scene, I think. We've seen Lancel Lannister, but we haven't seen this particular scene, so that's probably again, when they try and come and get Cersei for the trial or something, and then she chooses violence.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it! The list is getting shorter and shorter and shorter.
Oh my god.
Because we're getting closer and closer and closer to the end.
Oh my god, yes, this was episode 6.
Yeah, only 4 episodes left, which
Only
is
4
crazy.
episodes left. Are we even ready for this?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Anyways, those were our thoughts on this trailer. What were your thoughts on the trailer? Did we miss anything? Comment below and please let us know.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.